You are most welcome and I wish you all the best.
Have you ever wondered why Africa, despite being rich in resources, struggles with economic instability? This is a question that has puzzled economists and scholars around the globe for decades. Let's take a moment to unravel this paradox. Africa is a treasure trove of natural resources, from minerals to oil, and a bounty of agricultural produce. It's a continent that's home to an estimated 90% of the world's cobalt, half of its gold, two-thirds of its manganese, and around 75% of its diamonds. It also holds vast reserves of oil and gas. Yet, despite this wealth, Africa is still grappling with economic instability and poverty. This paradox presents a conundrum that's as intriguing as it is complex. One might imagine that a land so rich in resources would naturally translate to wealth and prosperity for its people. But unfortunately, this isn't the case. The agricultural sector, for instance, is a vital cog in Africa's economic engine, contributing significantly to the continent's GDP and employment. From cocoa in Ivory Coast and Ghana to coffee in Ethiopia and tea in Kenya, Africa's fertile lands yield a variety of crops. However, the potential of this sector is yet to be fully harnessed due to lack of modern farming techniques, infrastructure, and access to markets. Similarly, Africa's mineral wealth is mind-boggling. The continent is the world's largest producer of diamonds, platinum, and chromium. It also has significant reserves of other minerals like uranium, copper, and bauxite. Yet these resources have not been a silver bullet for Africa's economic woes. The oil industry, too, presents a similar story. Countries like Nigeria, Angola, and Algeria are among the top oil producers in the world. But the wealth from these resources rarely trickles down to the average citizen. So, what's causing this disconnect? Why is a continent so rich in resources still grappling with economic instability? The answer is not straightforward, and understanding this paradox requires a deep dive into the management of these resources.
It should be illegal for any student to graduate as a graduate and does not know what is underneath his feet in terms of the resources that their country is offering, the raw materials that are underneath their feet, the trees that are around them, the flora that is around us.
Take Botswana, for example, a country that has managed to turn its diamond resources into an economic advantage. Nestled in the heart of southern Africa, Botswana has a tale to tell. A tale of transformation and economic progress, powered by the shimmer and sparkle of diamonds. This is a country that, through strategic planning and robust partnerships, has spun its rich diamond resources into a web of economic growth and prosperity. Unlike many African nations that have abundant resources but struggle to capitalize on them, Botswana has taken a different path. It's a path characterized by smart policies, strong governance, and a clear vision for the future. A path that has led to the country retaining control over its diamond resources and using them to fuel a thriving economy. In the mid-20th century, Botswana was one of the poorest countries in the world. But the discovery of diamonds brought a glimmer of hope. Instead of simply exporting these precious gems, the government of Botswana entered into a partnership with De Beers, a global diamond giant. This partnership, known as Debswana, is a 50-50 joint venture, ensuring that the benefits are shared equally. This shared ownership model has allowed Botswana to reap significant benefits from its diamond industry. Profits are invested back into the country, funding infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Diamonds have become the lifeblood of Botswana's economy, accounting for a quarter of its GDP and over half of its government revenue. But the success of Botswana's diamond industry goes beyond numbers. It has transformed the country's socio-economic landscape, creating jobs, reducing poverty, and improving living standards. It has empowered Botswana to take control of its own resources, to dictate its own economic destiny. Botswana's story is a testament to the power of strategic resource control. It shows that with the right policies and partnerships, natural resources can be a force for positive change. They can fuel economic growth, promote development, and lift people out of poverty. Botswana offers a model of how resource control can promote economic stability. But how exactly does a country gain control over its resources? The answer lies in effective governance. In the grand scheme of things, resources, whether they are diamonds in Botswana or oil in Nigeria, are just the beginning. A nation's true wealth lies in how it manages these resources. This is where the role of governance comes into play. Governance in this context refers to the set of processes, traditions, policies, and institutions that influence how a country is run and how decisions are made. Strong institutions are the bedrock of effective governance. They provide the framework within which resource management takes place. They are the mechanisms through which resources are allocated, and they ensure that these allocations are made in a manner that is fair, equitable, and in the best interest of the country. Transparency, another pillar of good governance, is equally important. It involves making information about resource management accessible to all stakeholders. When information is freely available, it becomes harder for corruption to thrive. It also empowers the citizenry, enabling them to hold their leaders accountable. Speaking of corruption, let's not forget the crucial role of anti-corruption measures. Corruption, in all its forms, poses one of the greatest threats to effective resource management. It can lead to the gross misallocation of resources, with a select few benefiting at the expense of the many. Anti-corruption measures, therefore, are not just about punishment, but also about prevention. They involve fostering a culture of integrity, promoting accountability, and maintaining high ethical standards in public life. But what's the end game here? Why does any of this matter? Well, it's quite simple. When resources are managed effectively, they can be used to fund public services, to build infrastructure, to stimulate economic growth, and ultimately to improve the lives of the population. In short, strong institutions, transparency, and anti-corruption measures are not just nice-to-haves. They are vital for any country that wants to take control of its resources and use them to benefit its people. Good governance is the key to unlocking the potential of Africa's resources. On the other hand, Nigeria's oil industry provides a cautionary tale of resource mismanagement. Nigeria, richly blessed with oil reserves, stands as the largest oil producer in Africa and the 12th largest in the world. But unlike Botswana, where diamonds have been a boon, oil in Nigeria has been more of a mixed bag. At the heart of Nigeria's oil industry's challenges are corruption, lack of transparency, and weak institutions. These issues have severely hindered the country's ability to fully benefit from its oil wealth. Oil revenue, instead of being a catalyst for development, has often ended up in the pockets of a select few, leading to a vast disparity in wealth and widespread poverty. Corruption is pervasive, with illicit dealings and bribery a commonplace. This has resulted in a significant loss of revenue that could have been invested in infrastructure, education, and healthcare. The lack of transparency further exacerbates the issue. Oil production figures, revenues, and how they are spent remain clouded in secrecy, making it difficult to hold anyone accountable. Institutional weakness is another major stumbling block. The institutions responsible for regulating the oil industry and ensuring fair distribution of its wealth are often underfunded and lack the necessary authority to effect real change. This leaves the industry susceptible to manipulation and exploitation. In contrast, Botswana has managed to turn its diamond resources into a source of prosperity. This is largely due to strong governance, transparency, and robust institutions. Botswana's experience underscores the importance of these elements in ensuring that a country benefits from its natural resources. Nigeria's struggles serve as a stark reminder of the challenges in resource control. They demonstrate that resource wealth alone is not enough. Effective governance, transparency, and strong institutions are crucial in ensuring that such wealth is used for the benefit of all citizens, not just a privileged few. The lesson here is clear. Control over resources must be accompanied by responsible management to truly bring about prosperity. So how can Africa overcome these challenges and take control of its resources? Well, one key way is through strengthening institutions. In many African nations, institutions that regulate industries and manage resources are often under-resourced and under-supported. By investing in these institutions, Africa can ensure that its resources are managed effectively and responsibly, benefiting not just a select few, but the entire population. This means equipping these institutions with the necessary tools and skills and ensuring that they are independent, free from political interference, and accountable to the people. Transparency is another crucial factor. The resource industry is often shrouded in secrecy, with deals made behind closed doors and profits disappearing into unknown pockets. By promoting transparency, Africa can ensure that its resources are not exploited or misused. This could involve implementing policies that require companies to disclose their payments to governments, or establishing watchdog organizations to monitor and report on the industry. Forging beneficial partnerships is also essential. Africa has a lot to gain from partnerships with other countries and international organizations, but these partnerships need to be mutually beneficial and respectful. Africa should not be viewed as a mere source of resources, but as an equal partner with its own interests and goals. These partnerships could provide technical expertise, financial support, and access to global markets, while also respecting Africa's sovereignty and its right to control its own resources. And let's not forget the importance of learning from success stories. Botswana, for instance, has managed to transform its diamond industry into a source of national wealth, thanks to good governance and smart policies. There's a lot that other African nations can learn from Botswana's experience. In conclusion, there's no easy solution to Africa's resource dilemma. It will require a combination of strategies and a commitment to long-term change, but the potential benefits are enormous. Africa's resources hold incredible potential. With the right strategies, they can be a force for prosperity.